2K TV, the first interactive special of the season. All episode long, answer questions about past... It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against...
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Looking at Toronto, they want to turn it around after the loss to Chicago. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that three.
And you know what, Greg? You can't afford to be a one-function offense. You know what I mean? You got to be versatile. You got to spread it out and mix it up inside, too.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So the Raptors 5 right now. Grant is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Kent Bazemore. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Biombo at the 5, down low. Well, Damian Lillard has never been one to doubt himself, and when he plays, he exudes confidence.
Has a short-term memory, which allows him to keep attacking even after he's missed a few. And that's the mentality you have to have on offense. He might be as good as any other guard in this game.
Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Magic. First quarter, just over a minute played. To the paint. And he uses the glass on the layup.
The inside is where Gordon is really most comfortable and effective. Very few defenders can get to a shot given how high he gets up on it.
Here kicks to Portis. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's Lillard, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Clark, back when you were playing, what were the biggest challenges over the first third of the season you found?
Well, the travel is always a challenge, particularly early in your career, just learning how to manage that. How do you rest? How do you get your work in? How do you stay focused mentally? So the challenge of travel and the details of your craft, and then establishing chemistry with your teammates. We were kind of in transition my first 3 years in Indiana, where we had new players each year, and that's one of the challenges with the team that's struggling to be competitive.
Free throws good from Lillard.
And, you know, last season the Magic fell short of their goals, dealt with a lot of injuries, and just had a lot of holes in their roster, too. What was an uphill battle to begin with became really an impossible one.
Now, here's Biombo. Outside Portis. Biombo, the pass to Bazemore. 4 on the clock. Fires for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. And as you said, the Magic last season dealt with numerous injuries.
Yeah, you know, the fact of the matter, Kevin, is the Magic just didn't have enough talent to compete either, in spite of the injuries. Rebounding the ball was an issue, and they didn't have any area of the game that they were really great in.
Here's Tatum after Toronto at the 3-pointer.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Grant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. I think it's going to be on Aaron Gordon. And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
He ties it up.
And, you know, Grant, a second-round pick, has worked hard for his minutes in the NBA. He's an exceptional athlete who plays with a real edge, a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Lillard kicks to Adams. Pass to Curry. And he banks in the layup.
Nice body control by Seth Curry. I mean, he's so good at fending off defenders on the way up.
Bazemore finds Portis. Toronto working the ball around now. Grant outside. Pulls up. And the Raptors miss again. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Orlando. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Well, that was a very physical game, and I think that plays into their hands. So a lot of their points came at the foul line.
And it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So we can't forget about that part of it either.
And Greg Zerley, the knock on Dennis Schroeder, is playing the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Good from Schroeder.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
Schroeder hits them both. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
Here's Bazemore. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Tipped away and stolen by Tatum. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Basket counts. Tatum's got 6 points.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Schroeder passes to Portis. Now here's Biyombo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Schroeder outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. The Magic in second.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
2 shots. 2 shots.
Good from Schroeder. Siakam is checked in for Gordon. Schroeder hits them both.
You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
Lillard surveying the D. Here's Tatum. score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Guys, they deserve a lot of credit for not losing focus and letting one slip away. They came to play every time, and I expect that'll be the case tonight.
And here's a look at stats for Adams. This past month, he's really set himself apart. 3rd in blocks. And also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And you aren't top 3 in blocks unless you're committed to dominating in that category. His awareness and hustle is off the charts. Very impressive. Now here's Schroeder. 11 points for him in that last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Clock at 6. Out to the wing. Grant. And the Raptors miss again. Orlando leading by 5. The shot by Lillard wide open. Tatum's shot is off. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Grant kicks to Portis. Out to the right wing. Toronto working the ball around now. Grant against Lillard. Grant finds Schroeder over Tatum. That one a little long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Curry's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Yeah, I like how Tatum surveys the floor. Great at looking for his teammates, especially when they're open.
Grant outside. Doesn't go that time. Adams, some nice D. Grant against Tatum. Curry on the wing. Outside Tatum. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Clark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding big guy, mobile, could shoot it, excellent defender, shot blocker, and a high-quality guy. Vern Fleming was a guard that had size, excellent defender, driver of the ball. Wayman Tisdale, man, he rests in peace. We lost Wayman a number of years ago to cancer. But really a gifted scorer. Steve Stepanovich, he and I both had to retire about the same time due to different knee trouble. He was a rugged, mobile, good shooting big guy who I think would have continued to excel had he not had to retire.
Lamb, he's checked in for Seth Kerr. Raptors also changing it up. Bamba comes in for Biyombo. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Jeremy Grant. And he sinks the 2nd.
Well, you like the confidence of Tatum. I mean, he enjoys tackling any challenge in front of him. Doesn't shy away. A true leader as a young player. Impressive.
Now here's Moore. 9-point game his last outing. Now here's Bazemore. Covered by Lamb. And here's Bazemore. Now the pass to Bamba. Offensive rebound, Portis, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
Down the first one. And some changes here for the Raptors. Frazier comes in for Kent Bazemore. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. He hits both from the stripe. Lamb with the ball. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Adams with it. Bamba picks him up. Tatum dishes to Lamb. Shoots over Frazier. Lamb, good. Lamb's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Raptors trail by 8. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Clifford. Dave, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, speed will be on display this evening. He told his players, get out and transition every chance they get and try to turn this into a track meet. We'll see if they can have their running shoes on tonight. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David.
Yeah, and Augustine continues to get it done from deep, Kevin. A consistent three-ball shooter who gets his shot up in a hurry.
Here's Frazier. Misses the three. Magic leading by 5. Inside. Tatum's shot is off.
Well, he mistimed it just a skosh. Don't think the defense really had an impact. I think he just flat out missed it.
Now, here's Bamba. 9 points last game out. Augustine against Lillard. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Orlando making some changes. Jake Crowder's checked in for Tatum. And it's Fulton for Lillard. Crowder, the pass to Siakam. Crowder against Frazier. They grab their own miss. It's tipped.
And the giant wingspan of Bamba strikes again. Just fantastic at spiking shots in a variety of ways.
Now here's Frazier. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Augustine kicks to Frazier. 6 to shoot. And again, no good by Toronto. Magic leading by 5. Here's Fultz. It's rebounded by Portis. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Toronto. Here's Frazier. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. Well, Orlando shooting 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Fans can see what a team is doing on the court, but they can't see behind the scenes. Clark, in your experience, what are some of the hallmarks of a team with great locker room chemistry?
Yeah, you know, it varies from team to team. You know, you got various personalities, but I think the one common theme is really a respect for each other and a willingness to sacrifice for each other. That creates an atmosphere for people to be their best. The teams that have good chemistry, there may be friction, there may be drama, but underneath any of that is a real respect for each other and a commitment to sacrificing for each other.
Here is Frazier. The Magic getting the bucket. Puts up a 3. Another miss by Frazier.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Passes to Adams. Here's Siakam. Orlando moving the ball around. And Lamb kicks to Adams. Crowder feeling it out a bit. Shoots over Frazier. Shot by Crowder, no good.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you can test his shots every time down the floor.
A nice shot by Frazier.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
1:24 left in the first quarter. Now here's Lamb. Defense right on him. Crowder against Frazier. Unloads. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Crowder against Frazier. Crowder kicks to Fultz. Pass to Lamb. And Siakam has it in the corner. It's Crowder on the wing. Frazier covering. The Magic again can't hit.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Pass to Bamba. And here's Augustine. Now here's Bamba. Guarded by Fultz. Here's Frazier. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
Here's Fultz. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for Orlando. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she breaks herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. E.J. Augustine out there with Etuan Moore. Then there's Frazier. Then it's Bamba, and it's Portis in at the 4.
Yeah, and this is something Bamba does so well. The unbelievable recognition and timing to come up with offensive rebounds.
Frazier against Crowder. Outside Gordon. Hits the three-point bomb. Gordon's got 5.
You know, when Gordon is hitting this all the time, the defense will have to play up on it. Consistency is the key.
Moore passes to Frazier. Outside Portis. Back to Frazier. He kicks to Bamba. Out to the right wing. Over Lamb. Bamba's shot is off. And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for the Magic. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team. To the middle. It's tipped. Crowder. It's deflected. But he recovers it. The Magic need to get a shot off here. No good from Lamb. Toronto trailing.
And with Mohamed Bamba, one of the first things you notice is that 7'9" wingspan. I mean, yeah, he's got to add more muscle on that frame, but he can use that reach already to make an impact at both ends.
Great communication on the alley-oop. And the Magic lead by 4.
Kevin, for a young player, I like the way Fultz sees the floor. He knows and feels when a guy is open.
And the Raptors call time here. And with Bamba, in addition to his crazy length, you also get a player who's extremely smart.
How about getting scholarship offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard? You can see him thinking on the court. He's deliberate in the things that he does. Bright future ahead for him.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Yambo, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Jeremy Grant comes in for Frazier. Kent Bazemore is checked in for Etuan Moore. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Augustine. Schroeder finds Bazemore. Back Back to Schroeder. Elbow shot is on the way. Here's Bamba. Good work defensively by Crowder. Magic leading by 4. Here's Fultz. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Really good job on the inside that time. I mean, he had to work for that rebound, and he got it done.
Grant surveying the D. This is to Bamba. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. And here's what the schedule for Orlando looks like. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Sunday, they'll be playing the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And for that game against the Trailblazers, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Here's Siakam. Banked in off the glass. Siakam's got his second bucket of the night.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now, here's Bamba. Covered by Lamb. Nice shot there by Bamba.
Loving the toughness there from Bamba. Just needs to keep proving that he's not to be messed with.
Fultz kicks to Gordon. The pass to Siakam. It's Crowder on the wing. He's covered by Grant. Shot by Crowder, no good. Raptors trail by 4. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time, and it's difficult to do even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Now the dish to Lamb. Passes it to Gordon. There's the triple. It's Biyombo with the rebound. The Raptors have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Schroeder kicks to Grant. Back to Schroeder. And Biyombo has it in the corner. Here's the 3. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. With the teardrop, and it's Toronto with the rebound. Bamba's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Kicks it to Bazemore. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Schroeder against Gordon. From beyond the arc. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touch by Schroeder.
And a chance to check out some stats for Gordon. Really been a key contributor over the past month. He's right around 13 points a night, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered closely. Siakam passes to Fultz. Shoots over Schroeder. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Raptors trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Orlando's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Orlando making some changes. Tatum, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Curry comes in for Lamb. And Lillard subbed in for Fultz. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Bamba. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. Finished off the break. Schroeder's got 6.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Lillard finds Curry. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by the Raptors. Biyombo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Grant. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Orlando leading. Pass to Lillard. Outside Gordon. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. Gordon up on top. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man. Puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Magic. Biyombo kicks it to Bazemore. Here's Grant. And again, no good by Toronto.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Tatum wide open, he fires one. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's Biyombo atop the key. Schroeder outside. Pass to Bazemore. Flies a 3. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Magic leading by 4. And Lillard kicks to Tatum. Back to Lillard. Adams outside. Goes up on the wing. And too long on the shot.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Bazemore passes to Grant. Got a hand on it, and they'll keep possession. Schroeder kicks to Bamba. Grant outside. From deep 3-point range, it's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
And it's Lillard missing. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. 4-point game. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Bazemore with it, and Curry picks him up defensively, and Bazemore kicks to Grant. And the drought. It's hauled in by the Magic.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy.
3-pointer, Lillard buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 7 points in the game.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Yeah, and the perimeter shots, though, Greg, not really falling at a good clip here. So I think they may have to back out of that a bit and not settle for those jump shots.
Grant in the post, guarded by Tatum. Here's Schroeder. And the Raptors miss again.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's going wrong with him this quarter. He's really falling off.
Got that bucket.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Toronto calls timeout.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19 already, a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Portis, he's checked in for Biyombo. Frazier comes in for Jeremy Grant. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that man.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
Augustine looking around. And the pass to Portis. Bamba kicks to Moore. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Now Augustine, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Outside Tatum. 26 seconds left in the first half. And it's Gordon missing. Raptors trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And at almost 7 feet tall, Bamba is hard to cover. He's adept at getting these calls inside.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
You know, the comparisons to Rudy Gobert are understandable. Bamba's insane reach really helps on both ends of the court.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first half. Now, here's Lillard. To the inside. 1 second left. Can't capitalize inside.
Good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
So that'll be it for the first. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was all Jason Tatum in the first quarter. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, I love the way they're pushing the tempo, beating the defense down the floor, filling the lanes, finishing with authority, Ernie, getting to...
That about...
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
And I love...
Loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
Gordon out there with Adams. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Curry. And it's Tatum in at the 3. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Raptors trail by 5. Bamba kicks it to Bazemore. Grant outside. To the middle. It's tipped. Stolen by Gordon. Here's Lillard, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Lillard's got the first points of the second half here for the Magic. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Here's Bazemore. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
And he knocks down the first one. Biombo is checked in for Bamba. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Lillard. He kicks to Adams. Back to Lillard. Outside Gordon. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Gordon's got 9.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Biombo kicks it to Bazemore. Passes it to Portis. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Grant. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And I tell you, I love watching Grant get busy down there. I mean, his impressive leaping ability and his quick release on the shot allow him to score at a high rate down low.
Tatum dishes to Adams. Outside Tatum. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And here's a look at some stats for Damian Lillard. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both. Raptors trail by 7. And Bazemore kicks to Portis. Porter passes to Grant. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Back to Schroeder. Shoots over Lillard. And it's Schroeder missing. Magic leading by 7. Stolen by Grant. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Schroeder outside. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. To the left wing. Clock at 6. Baseline jumper. And it's sent back by Lillard. From deep. Orlando grabs the miss.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Schroeder finds Biombo. Back to Schroeder. Bazemore passes to Biombo. Grant gets a wide open look, and the Raptors miss again.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Curry with the bounce pass. And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Orlando making a change here. Fultz is checked in. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
There's been some slippage defensively here in the second half, Kevin. I mean, I'm not sure if their legs are going or what, but They've given up some easy baskets here.
Toronto calls timeout.
You know, last season, Aaron Gordon really flourished in a more wide-open offense, taking advantage of his uber athleticism. But he also put a lot of work into his jumper, and that showed. Helped him make the jump into a top option for an offense. Toronto sits right now in the league ranking.
And let me add a few words about all their steals. I mean, they bring that toughness and aggression defensively. You don't get to be a top 10 team in that category by accident.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Grant, that's good. And for Gordon, all the focus he gained to improving his shot gave him the confidence he needed.
Yeah, exactly. And confidence so big in this league. I mean, it's the difference between good to great or average to good. I mean, when he believes in his shot, he's lethal offensively. It just opens up the floor for him and his teammates and allows him to create mismatches the way he's shooting it now.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Good on that shot, and with that, the Magic lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Schroeder. Bazemore against Lillard. Outside Gordon. The three, but they recover it. Lillard against Bazemore. 6 to shoot. Portis brings the double team, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And we all know Gordon's a terrific jammer now. He loves throwing it down.
Raptors trail by 12. And here's Bazemore. He has 5. Portis kicks to Biyombo. Back to Portis. Bazemore. No one around him. The three-pointer, no good. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Pass to Tatum. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Good to see Tatum as a young player use his body to draw contact, and it seems to me like he's always looking for opportunities to get to the free throw line.
The Raptors making a switch here. Moore's checked in. The first one falls.
Well, sometimes it just takes an opportunity in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon has made the most of it. Since taking over that power forward role full-time, he has shown remarkable improvement. Plays with more confidence and aggression on offense and has transformed himself as a player.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Siakam is checked in for Adams. Crowder comes in for Aaron Gordon, and a slam in there for Lillard. And for Gordon, in his first full season as a starter, he instantly became a star in the league.
And when he was taken 4th overall, this was the type of player the team was hoping he'd become. His outside shot has improved by leaps and bounds and always plays with speed and athleticism. And now I think he's got a much more fully rounded game, which makes him dangerous.
That free throw missing.
Well, I look at Fultz, and he has perennial all-star written all over him. A fantastic playmaker who's really got a ready-made skill set for the NBA.
The shot's good. And that's now 10 points for Dennis Schroeder.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Crowder kicks to Lamb. Grant against Crowder.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Magic.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Well, last season, a tough one for Crowder. It was moved from Boston to Cleveland and then moved again over to Utah at the deadline. Also struggled mightily with his shot and just had a down year.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Dennis Schroeder.
Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Here's Crowder, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Toronto. For Orlando, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. And with Crowder, his struggles were part of why Cleveland gave up on him so easily.
And you wonder who the real Jay Crowder is, the one we saw in Cleveland or the one we saw in Boston. My guess is somewhere in the middle. I think his defense should pick back up, and we know that he can be a better scorer than he has shown the last calendar year.
You know, Kevin, his team is struggling a bit right now. I mean, I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
Raptors trail by 16. Moore right side. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Outside Crowder. Back to Fultz. Drills the three-pointer. Fultz has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And you got to guard Fultz from this spot. I mean, when he has the space to fire from deep, he makes the defense pay.
Bazemore passes to Augustine, kicks to Grant. Back to Augustine. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Augustine's got his second basket of the night. Outside Tatum. Fultz with the ball. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. To the inside, Lamb, and slam dunk by Lamb.
Capable of slamming it down. You can't allow Lamb to get this close to the bucket.
Now here is Augustine. He's tightly guarded, and the shot is good. Biyombo's got his first points in this one.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Now here's Fultz, guarded by Augustine. Crowder kicks to Siakam. Over Grant. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. They're really looking strong here.
Raptors moving the ball around. Moore finds Bazemore. From deep. Raptors get it back. Pass to Augustine. Now Biyombo, guarded by Fultz. Grant outside. Here's Bazemore, and it's blocked. And it's time for an injury report. Now, let's send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Bobby Portis. David.
Hey, guys, the head athletic trainer for the Raptors let me know the status. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad. And if he were to be out with an injury now, it would really hurt this team, Kevin, because they count on him to do so many things.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Yeah, I'm with you there, guys. One thing we know is that he's not going to let it get him down. I mean, it'll only motivate him to work harder to get back as soon as possible.
I mean, anything you can do, I can do better. We got a little gamesmanship going on.
Yeah, a little mano-mano, back and forth, guys going at each other, giving this game a little bit of edge and personality. I like it.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Biyombo kicks it to Bazemore. Moore right side. Back to Bazemore. And there's the pass to Biyombo. Rebounded by Lamb. Orlando leading by 16. Outside Tatum. Passes it to Siakam. Now here's Lamb. Tight defense on him. Three-pointer. Crowder gets the three-pointer to fall. Crowder's got 7 points for the quarter.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Grant against Crowder. Here's Augustine. 6 points for him. Shoots. Unable to get that one. The Magic go the other way with it. Fultz the pass to Siakam. To the middle. Here's Tatum. The rebound by Grant. Raptors trail by 19. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Augustine. Now the feed to Grant. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Grant's got 8 points.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Fultz kicks to Tatum. Shoots over Bazemore. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. And so it's the Orlando Magic feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be right back after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Ejuan Moore is out there with DJ Augustine. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Frazier. And it's Bamba in at the center position.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Adams' shot is good.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Augustine against Lillard. Clock at 4. Puts it up. Augustine, no luck. Orlando leading by 17. Count it, good. 15 points for Aaron Gordon.
And, you know, over time, Gordon's offensive game has evolved. I mean, he's capable of getting it going from anywhere now.
Lillard against Augustine. Outside Portis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Atlanta Hawks. Then on Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And that matchup against the Heat, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
First one falls for him.
You know, the speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Raptors. Both free throws good from Augustine.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
From from 13, and there the Magic with another bucket.
And Tatum not bashful about pulling up now. He's got a nice, efficient mid-range jumper.
Raptors trail by 19. Schroeder passes to Bamba. Frazier scanning the floor. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Lillard against Schroeder. Outside Curry. Here's Tatum, poked away and out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Schroeder kicks to Portis. Now here's Bamba. He dishes it to Schroeder, and it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Frazier outside. Pass to Portis. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Augustine.
Man, I like that defense from Gordon. He's a guy that makes you uncomfortable if he's guarding.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Toronto grabs the miss. Portis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Frazier. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Jason Tatum. You look at rebounding now, Clark. Teams relying less on one guy and more on collective team rebounding, especially, it seems, on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you think about it, Kevin, with the space and pace game, positionless basketball, if you will, or versatile basketball that takes place, more guys are spread out and away from the goal. Bigger guys are not always camped in the lane, so everybody's got to rebound the ball, more so today than in past decades, because, again, the three-point shots are coming at a rapid rate. Longer rebounds are available now, so everybody's got to be attuned to rebounding the ball.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Magic. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. A step-back shot here. Nice jump shot. Good.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Outside Portis. Back to Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. And the Raptors miss again. Magic leading by 19 points. And Lillard kicks to Curry. The quick look, no good that time.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Augustine dishes to Schroeder. Outside Portis. Back to Schroeder. Shoots over Curry. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Curry against Augustine. Now here's Tatum. Not a lot of room. Outside Gordon. And Adams kicks to Curry. Outside Tatum. And it's off from three-point range. Raptors trail by 17. Schroeder outside. From the line. Here's Portis. From the left block, he sends it through.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Pass to Lillard. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Frazier outside. From deep, nailed from three-point land. Frazier's got 5 points now this quarter. Magic leading by 14. And Lillard kicks to Tatum. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Got that one up quick. 14 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Lillard finds Gordon. Another shot. A putback. Outside for Curry. Missed it, even after all those chances. He's your right side. Augustine against Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. 5 to shoot. Through the three-point line, it's Augustine. No good off the front iron. Orlando leading by 12. And here is Curry over Augustine. They get it back.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
They get it back. Nice shot by Portis. Here's Lillard. He kicks it to Adams. Here's the pass to Curry. Wants to get it to Tatum and does. Shoots over Frazier, and Tatum the bucket on the assist by Curry. Tatum's got 4 points now in the quarter. Raptors trail by 12. Schroeder with the ball. Outside Portis, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
No doubt for me, the offense looks better. In the second half, they've been able to dial down those turnovers, and that's been a huge help.
Siakam is checked in for Orlando. Then for the Raptors, Grant, he's checked in for Frazier. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Augustine. Curry passes to Siakam. Buries it down low. And the Magic lead by 14. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Outside Portis. Grant outside. Portis kicks it over to Schroeder. Grant outside. Over Tatum. No good from Grant.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range. Extended out nicely and definitely bothered the shot.
Curry attacking. And 2 free throws coming up. Seth Curry missing all last season, Clark, with a bad leg and eventual surgery. You really feel for him.
You always do when guys are hurt because it's terribly frustrating. My career ended because of knee trouble early on, so I know the feeling. And it's especially hurtful and painful when a guy starts to show what he can do and be in the NBA. I'm glad to see he's back, and hopefully he'll continue to be the deep threat his team needs.
Free throw good by Curry.
And just like his brother Seth is an impressive bucket getter. I mean, somebody whose role is to shoot and score the ball.
And the Raptors making a change here. Biombo's checked in. And both free throws good for Curry. Raptors trail by 16. Schroeder finds Portis. And here's Bazemore. Back to Portis. Passes it to Bazemore. Goes up from the top of the key, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Ooh, okay.
Orlando leading by 16. Here's Lillard. And Siakam has it in the corner. Back to Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. There's the double team with Grant. Lillard, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Lillard's got 13 points here in the second half alone. And the Raptors call time here.
And the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Damian Lillard.
It's a take-charge brand of basketball he's been playing tonight. His point total tells you all you need to know about just how good he's been. And once he got going, their game plan really became simple. Just get him the ball.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Raptors trail by 18. Now Schroeder. Kicks to Bazemore to the left side wing. Here's Grant. And stolen by Tatum. Lillard against Bazemore. Now here's Lillard. Defense right on him. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Grant outside. To halt the run, and it's good. 2 points.
And Grant really embraces contact, relishes it, as a matter of fact. He has no fear going to the rim or going into a shot.
Schroeder against Curry. Lillard, right side. Biombo with the block.
And this is something Biombo excels in. Timing and blocking shots.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Orlando.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Craig. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Damian Lillard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Biombo, the pass to Portis. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds. And here's Curry, who brings it up for Orlando. Pass to Lillard. Right side Tatum. And a miss there on the triple. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Now here's Bazemore. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really...
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.